Hi, my name is Nicole Navratil, and this is virtual chair yoga, meditation, and breathwork. So let's begin by finding a comfortable seat. Come a little bit towards the edge of your seat if you'd like. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Let your jaw be relaxed. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. And take a few breaths while also noticing what's happening in your body and in your heart today. You can even place one hand on your heart if you'd like. And take a few more breaths in and out, being mindful of your breath, just noticing how it feels as it's flowing in and out of your body. And take a moment to send yourself some gratitude for taking the time for this practice today. You can blink open your eyes if you haven't already. And we'll just do a little bit of gentle movement. So letting the right ear drop down towards the right shoulder. Allowing the breath to continue to flow, you can slowly roll the head and neck to center, keeping the chin drawn towards the chest. And then slowly allowing the left ear to draw down towards the left shoulder. And let's come back through center. So slowly letting the head come down through center. And then bringing over through center, drawing the right ear down towards the right shoulder. And perhaps with your next exhale, you can slowly bring your head and neck to center and take a moment. Sit up just a little bit taller. Root down through your sits bones. And if you'd like, and if your shoulders are cooperating with you today, you can inhale and take a deep breath, reaching your arms up overhead as you take a slight back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. A cycle of breath, pressing the palms together gently, lifting the elbows and releasing hands. And then with your next inhale, reach arms up again overhead. Exhale, hands together at the heart, down to the heart. Feeling your feet in your shoes maybe, or resting on the floor. Keep your breath flowing. And in a moment, we will take a seated version of mountain pose. Just making sure I'm not leaving anybody locked out here. Okay. So, seated mountain pose. You can come even more forward on your chair if that helps you activate a little bit more. And then maybe bring your feet towards you just a little bit. No, it's not easy to see everything. I apologize for that. Take your hands, spread your fingers wide on either side of your body. You can roll the shoulders back a few times if you'd like. If you want to, you can also roll them forward. Noticing tension in the muscles. Finding some movement before we take a few breaths in more of a still mountain position. Lengthen the back of the neck. Draw the sides of your waistline down towards the chair. This gives a slight shift to the pelvis. And take deep breaths in and out. Notice the quality of your breath. No judgment, just an awareness. Is it deep? Is it shallow? One more inhale and exhale here. Nourishing body, mind, and spirit with the breath. Now we're going to do a little bit of side stretches. So you might bring your body over to one side of the chair. I'm bringing mine over to the left side and then bringing the palm of my hand down to the chair. Kind of depends on what kind of chair you're dealing with. Take a deep breath in. If you're able to reach your hand over your shoulder, if not, you can just lengthen through the crown of the head while keeping the shoulder down, whatever is best for your body. And then just a slight lean. I'm leaning to the right, giving a little bit of a stretch in my left side body. Keep your breath flowing here. Feel free to fold forward a little bit. You might also open up, find more of a back bend. Ooh, that feels better for me today. Wonderful. And let's inhale, if you're able, both arms overhead, or just come back to center, reaching up through the crown of the head. Slight back bend. Exhale, drawing hands together, pressing palms together just a little bit as you draw them towards your heart. And again, with everything that's happening around us this week, really taking time to honor what's in the heart, be present with it. And now we'll bring the body over to the other side of the chair. So I'm on the right side now, palm of the hand resting on the chair, unless you're in some sort of office chair or something, in which case maybe resting on your leg. Just find a version that works for you. And if you're able, reaching up with the right hand now, leaning over to the left, taking a slight side body bend here. You can also do it without the shoulder raised. And again, if it feels good, you can try a slight forward fold. Maybe it's better to open up a little bit. Take a moment as you're breathing to see what your body is asking for. And there's no rush. Whenever you're ready, you can inhale back to center. Gazing up at the hands. This time, let's interlace the fingers if your arms are extended and reach them out overhead. And if your shoulders are down, you can just place your hands, palms down on your knees. Kind of open your chin and chest up a little bit. Make sure you're drinking extra water, lemon water. You can find it also dandelion root tea is really good if you're in an area where the smoke is intense. It tastes terrible. It's really bad, but it's helpful. It's supportive to the liver. So with the particulates that are breathed in to the body, can really irritate the throat, can irritate the eyes, might be experiencing some lung discomfort. Dandelion root tea can be beneficial for that. Kind of fortifies the pathways of detoxification. All right, a couple more seated poses here for our practice today. So now we're going to do a seated forward fold. I'm going to turn my chair sideways in my lovely little studio here / bedroom. spare bedroom. So for this one, you might want your legs a little bit further apart. You can see my microphone. You might want your legs a little bit further apart, and then come a little bit closer to the edge of your chair. Yeah. And take a deep breath in. If your shoulders are cooperating today, you can reach your arms up. Otherwise, you can just, again, find an elongated spine and reach up through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, any version of a forward fold is helpful. It connects with the type of energy in yoga that we call Longana, which has a releasing and a letting go quality. So if you don't have accessibility to go very far down, that's totally okay. You're still getting the benefits. And then if you do have the potential to go deeper into the forward fold, you can bring your elbows down to your knees if you want to, let your head hang down. Draw your chin towards your chest. And then the option, if you are able to come all the way down. So whichever shape your body is in for this pose, that's the best for you today. And keep breathing. I'll just demonstrate again this slight forward fold. And wherever you are with your next inhale, you can slowly begin to find your way out of the forward fold. And we're actually going to find a seated fish pose, which is kind of my favorite, especially if you've been spending a lot of time at your desk or otherwise kind of hunched over, like for anyone who's been breastfeeding a lot or spending a lot of time on devices, etc. Just making sure again that I'm not leaving anybody. These can be practices. This can be a practice that's helpful for you. So fish pose. Usually you're on your back, but this seated version is pretty great in my opinion. So bring your body, come to sit on the edge of the chair. I'm extending my legs out on the floor. Here, I'll show you quick. Extending my legs out all the way flat on the floor. And then what I'm going to do is, I'll show you this a little bit better. Bring, again, kind of like the side stretches, bring the palms of the hands onto the chair if you can, or next to you. And so extend your legs out. My screen got darker for a second. Extend your legs out, bottoms of the feet on the floor. If you're able to have straightened arms, kind of close to your body, and then you're going to open up your chin and your chest and your throat towards the ceiling. The back of my head is resting on the chair, which is fine. It's not like supportive, but it's not a problem either. So play around with this. If you feel unstable, come out and maybe try a slightly less intense version. Maybe bring your body a little bit closer to the seat. And then this time I have like the back of my body on the chair. So just play around with it a little bit and see. This is a back bend. See if you can find a version that works for you and take a breath or two there. With gratitude for the breath. And when you inhale again, slowly taking your time, there's no rush. Find your way out of the pose. And I have one more pair of poses before we do a little bit of meditation and breath work. We're just going to do a seated twist, which might be where a lot of people's brains go when they hear about practicing chair yoga. So this one, you can kind of decide where you want to sit on your chair. I'm kind of in the middle, not too close, not too far back. And with twists, it's always good to find the elongated version of your spine first. So for some folks, that will just mean reaching up through the crown of the head. And then if you'd like, and your shoulder is cooperating today. Shoulders are cooperating today. You can inhale, arms overhead, and gaze at the thumbs. And wherever you find yourself, you can slowly twist to the right and bring your right hand behind you to rest, maybe with tented fingers, maybe making a fist. That can be a nice variation. Left hand, fingers spread, kind of grabbing the outside of your right thigh. Breathing, staying connected to the breath, staying connected to your heart, and slowly twisting to the right. You don't have to go super deep for this to have wonderful benefits for digestion, relieving tension in the back. And then when you feel you're ready, you can slowly release, maybe with an inhale. And take a moment to come back to center. If you'd like, you can bring your hand to your heart. And again, find the best way to lengthen your spine, whether that's reaching up through the crown of the head or lifting arms overhead. And as you exhale, slowly twisting to the left. Left hand comes behind you. Right hand comes to the outside of your left thigh. Gazing out in the direction of your left shoulder. Breathing. Noticing any tense areas in your body. Sending yourself gratitude for taking time for this today. And when you're ready, slowly inhaling, coming back to center. We'll find a resting pose in a moment. But first, take your time. If you want to take a few more little gentle curves of the spine, feel free to do that. You can also roll the shoulders forwards and backwards. You can also just kind of jiggle, wiggle around. Finding a little movement before you do your best to be still for a little bit. So I'm turning your chair so you can see kind of what I sort of recommend for mini Shavasana in a chair. If you have an office chair or a weird back, I'm sorry. If you have something like this, you can lean, maybe rest your hand for your face on your hand. Maybe do this. Otherwise, just find, pretend you're on an airplane. And if none of those work, just sort of sit however you want to. Your chair that you have. And it is okay if you want to lay on the floor. It is okay to do that. You could put something under your head if you want to, like another layer or a scarf or something, but sometimes we have to lay on the floor. It's not always appealing, but sometimes it's really helpful. Okay. So in whichever version of a resting pose you found here, take a moment to close your eyes. And again, connect with your breath. No judgment, just a gentle awareness. And again, be present with whatever is in your heart space today. And here, as you're resting, giving yourself time, at the end of this gentle yoga practice, you can bring to mind the shape, the pose that your body was taking before this resting pose. So whatever you remember was the last thing that I guided you through. And this is not a quiz, it's just to see what you can remember, what comes to you. It's okay if you forget something and you go a few poses back. Just see if you can bring to mind the most recent pose that's calling to you. And that's all. There's no other task here. It's just recalling the pose, holding it in your mind's eye, remembering how it felt in your body. And then go back a little bit further in the practice as you're resting here and sending yourself gratitude while staying present with the breath and the heart. Go back just a little bit further. See if you can remember the pose before that one, or any pose prior to that one that you've just been connecting with. And when the mind wanders, gently remind it of noticing the breath or awareness of poses. And then let's do one more, one back, one further back. One more pose that you remember from this practice. Even if it's just sitting in a chair, breathing, that's okay, that counts. And now, here towards the end of this guided meditation, if you want to, you can bring one hand to your heart. And you can take a moment and send yourself some love. You can even say, if it's true for you, you can say, this is hard. I'm having a hard time right now. Or whatever your truth might be. Maybe others that you know are having a hard time. Maybe you had plans change because of the smoke and the air. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, just allow some space and time. And send yourself some love. You can slowly, when you feel ready, find your way back to seated. I'm going to sit leaning back on the chair this time. And just a quick breath work. There's a couple different things that could be done here, but to me, right now, today, the energy feels scattered. So I want to share a breathing practice with you called Nadi Shodhana that serves to balance what we call the nadis, Nadis, the nadis, the energy that flows on both sides of the body and in the energy body. And so I'll come just a little bit closer so you can see. Whoops, sorry about the microphone. Because this is pretty yoga. If you've never done it before, you might need to watch kind of closely. So we're going to take the ring finger and the thumb. Actually, make that the third finger. I'm not sure, whichever one feels better. And we'll start with, I think it's the ring finger. We'll start with pressing, sorry, the left nostril in to create a seal. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth. And when you press the left nostril in, you're gonna inhale through your right nostril. And then you're gonna switch and you're gonna press down the right nostril and open the left, and you're gonna exhale out the left. I promise it's more wordy than it needs to be. Now we're over on the left side, so we're going to keep pressing the right nostril closed while inhaling through the left. Pressing the left nostril with the ring finger, opening the right nostril, exhaling out the right. See why it's very yoga? Yeah. Inhale through the right nostril. Imagine it coming up to the third eye. Holding the breath as you seal the right nostril, open the left, and exhale. I'll talk through it one more time and let you try it a few times on your own. Inhale through the left. Ring finger comes to the left nostril, seal, open the right, exhale. Beautiful. And I want to honor your time, even though this is a recording. So take 2 or 3 more cycles of breath, whatever that means to you. And if you get mixed up, it's okay. Maybe one more inhale and exhale wherever you are. And releasing the hand down to rest on the legs. As you breathe in and out. Noticing the breath, being present with whatever is in your heart, and trusting that all the effects of this practice are already making their way into your body and your energy body. And they'll continue to do so throughout the rest of your day and your evening, and while you sleep tonight. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice of yoga, meditation, and breath work. The divine light in me sees and honors your divine light. Thank you. And if you want to donate to mutual aid efforts in Minneapolis, it's optional. You don't have to. This is a free offering. But if you want to contribute to helping folks who've been helping people who need it, bringing water, bringing food, masks, everything, I will put the QR code for my Venmo on my website, staytuned.international, so that you can do that. And again, thank you for joining, and have a great day or night. Peace.